What's up, everyone? And today on NBA2k22, we're going to be starting an expansion team league. We added 2 new teams to the league. We added back the Seattle Supersonics. Of course, it's a fan favorite. Everybody wants them back. I want them back. A lot of fans want them back. I love the Seattle Supersonics jerseys. One of my best jerseys. I still have a Seattle Supersonics Ray Allen jersey, my all-time favorite jersey. But I did add them back in, and we did add our team in, which currently is expansion team number 2. Because I haven't really picked out a logo yet for the team. I do have a couple in mind. I'm looking at either the New Jersey Reapers, the New Jersey Blizzards, or the New Jersey Goblins. Looking at one of those threes, I do got logos that I made I found for them. So hopefully I would be selecting one of those in the future. So when we do our jersey making, which will probably be next episode, we will focus on doing some of the jerseys, maybe the court, stuff like that. Today we're gonna do some basic stuff. We're gonna finish off some of the basic stuff because, like I said, I already did start this as a practice run, just to see how it'll go. And unfortunately for you guys, and I actually like the team that I drafted. I think they were very solid overall. I got a lot of good young core players. So I did stop at the NBA draft. I did get the, I believe, 5th pick, and the Seattle Supersonics got the 6th pick. So we will do the draft because obviously we need to draft us a player. Now, I might try to trade up in the draft depending on what the scouting report shows. We will go look at that as well. But I want to go and show you guys our roster so far. So the first person that was drafted to the team obviously was Talent Horton Tucker, which I was very surprised that the Lakers had put him on there. But hey, I'll take it. We went and got Jordan Poole, Nickel Alexander Walker. We picked up Duncan Robinson for some trade bait, so he is a little bit older. I don't plan on him staying with the team. I'm actually going to use him for trade bait for a team that's going to need him for a championship run. We got Jalen McDaniels as our power forward, Isaiah Roby at our center position, and then we got a couple roster fillers like Austin Reeves, Reggie Bullock, Brandon Boston Jr., Romeo Langford, Jarrett Culver, Robert Woodward II, which, man, he is a great stretch 4. I just noticed that when I was in the draft, and I had to pick him up, so I picked him up. Same thing with Luka Garza, same thing. He is a stretch 5, so we got ourselves a stretch 4 and a stretch 5 coming off the bench. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to put Jalen McDaniels is also a stretch 4. Wow. So, regardless, we're going to have a lot of stretch 4s and stretch 5s on our team. And then we got Armani Brooks, not Aaron Brooks, Armani Brooks. Again, our team is very young. This is not a team that we are flipping to make a championship right away. We are going to build to the draft. We are going to build through some kind of trades, maybe free agency a little bit. We're going to be realistic here because when I'm saying realistic, and this is why I'm saying we might have to go back and change. Oh, actually, you guys, I used it as a test pilot. No. So I did not say that in this video. So we might go back and change some things. I did change some of the contract settings on how much money the contract works, but I definitely want to go back into the settings, and we are going to adjust how teams pretty much re-sign their players. So we're going to adjust the difficulty of the contract negotiations because we are a new team. We don't want, people are not going to want to play for a new team right away. So we're going to put our contract negotiation difficulty at 80. CPU resigning aggressive, we're going to put that at 90 because they're going to be super aggressive. Not 100% aggressive, but they're going to be 90% aggressive where they're going to want to do their stuff. Trade negotiations, same thing. A lot of teams are going to be not want to trade. So we're going to move that up to at least a 65. And we are probably going to just leave it there for now. All right, so that's okay. We're not going to change any of the way the progressions go unless we just see it just being too OP. We're not going to change any of the trade rules as well. We will leave them standard trade rules. So you guys could kind of see what oh no, maybe I didn't do that with the money. So you can't actually see that part. But I did adjust I did right here. Here it is, the contract adjustment. So I did do this. Now, we left the player potential at 50% just because I find if you start messing with the player potential, every player in the league is going to want a small contract, and we don't want that. We want the players that are not so great, in the middle, maybe a little bit older. So we're going to put the salary cap curve down, and then I put the potential up. So that way, young guys like, say, LaMelo Ball are not going to want a max contract right away, but they're going to get a decent sized contract because of their potential, but also because of the salary curves didn't bring it down. So it's not going to be overpriced. Now everyone's going to be signing $45 million contracts, $100 million contracts. So, I mean, when I say $100 million, people are not going to be signing $45 million a year contracts, are not going to expect that. So, again, if that is something that we see that's causing the league to be too shifted in power in certain teams, then we will go ahead and start to change that as well, because obviously the bigger market teams are going to have more cash flow. We forgot to look at the freaking all right, let's do this now before the first pick goes up, because I don't even think, can we trade the first pick now? Can we trade for the first pick? All right, so we can still trade for the first pick. So let's see the scouting mock draft. I really wanted to do this before we went into the draft, but oh well. All right, so the Draft Express has the Rockets picking up a Lawrence Duncan, a shooting guard, 21, 6'6", 217 pounds with a 6'9" wingspan. Obviously, because we didn't scout, we don't have anything on him. Great. Looks like this Vincent Curtis guy, center, point guard. And they have us picking Scott Lloyd, which is a point guard as well. He is ranked 8th in position. So not even that great in his position. He's number 1 in his position. Okay. How do you be 8th in your position, 27th in the draft? So there has to be... This guy's better than you. He's number 2. So why would they have me taking you? Okay. Wow. Let's see what 2K says. 2K has Lawrence and Vincent. Same 3 people. Same 4 people, it looks like. And they have me taking Vincent Mack, which is the 2nd ranked person. Okay. And then this person goes second. Okay, so I don't have anybody scouted, unfortunately, because we weren't in the league last year, so we're coming in kind of blind in this year's draft, which is going to be very unfortunate. NBA.com says Billy Howell. Wow. Howell? Yes, I think that's it. Going first, and he's from Virginia Tech. He's a 19-year-old small forward, 6'6", with a 6'10" wingspan, 208 pounds. Wow. And he's ranked position number 4. So that's... And Abraham Starks is number 2, and he's a 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. There are some people in this draft. I don't think it's really worth us to trade stuff to go up to the first draft pick to get a Lawrence Duncan, who's 21. He might be a game changer, but I feel like we can probably get another pick in the draft and not get rid of a lot of assets. So let's go Trade Finder and see what Duncan Robinson can get us. And I start backwards, just so you guys know, for some odd reason. That's just the way I always do stuff when I look at the Trade Finder. It's just a weird little thing I've been doing every time I play this game. So Dwight Powell, looking like our best player that they're offering. Norris Noel, which I believe we could actually got him in the draft. All right, so no one for Duncan Robinson. How about Reggie Bullock? 26th first round, 24th lottery pick protected. So I mean, yeah, we can get us some draft picks for another year. But I don't know if I want draft picks for a different year. I kind of want to try to get into this year's draft pick. So let's see what our best player, Talon Horton Tucker, can get us, because if we're going to get that small forward guy, or that shooting guard guy, we might be able to get 2 people in the draft that are going to be equal. I mean, he's 21 still, so I mean, we still got time on him. Not like we're going to give up on him right away. Look at that. We can get Markelle Fultz for him. Oh, but they want our second round 5th pick. Which this year I might keep our 2nd round pick. You never know. You might find something good in the 2nd round. If we were contending, but he healed in the 12th pick. Well, that's the 2nd pick. Never mind. Not such a good one. Garrison Allen. No, he's too old. Doesn't fit our timeline. How about Alexander Walker? Does he get us anything good? All right, so unfortunately, it looks like the trade finder is not being friendly to us, finding us picks. Do we dare to ask another team what they want for their pick? Let's see. Let's go for the 4th pick. Teams may not trade their. Okay, so the Hornets cannot trade. So let's see, 3rd pick. New York Knicks got the 3rd pick. That's weird. Mind you, this is the normal standard Knicks team. I did not do a fantasy draft before this either. So, all right. So, looks like getting another draft pick, another high draft pick, might be out of the questions. I mean, we don't want to really take their 6th pick. Yeah, they're not offering us anything anyways. How about the 7th? Can we get the 7th pick at least? Or try? How about the 8th? So they want the 5th pick in almost every trade, and I don't want to do that. And the same thing here. They're going to want the 5th pick in almost every trade scenario. Yeah. So we're not going to get another draft pick, unfortunately, in this draft. So let's go ahead and Richard Stone went number 1, which that wasn't even the guy I don't perceive that was actually supposed to go number 1. Okay, Scott Lloyd. Actually, this is looking good for us. What? Abraham Starks. Okay, so the player that they actually projected to go number 1 actually fell all the way down to the 5th pick. I believe, right? Yeah, Lawrence Duncan was projected in 2 drafts to go first, and then Billy Howell was in the other one to go first. So, do we now pick Duncan? Whoa, wait a minute. So why are they saying Vince Mack is going to go first? He was not actually projected to go first, but Lawrence Duncan was. So you know what? We're going to go with Lawrence Duncan. We're going to take him because he was projected to go number 1. Jack Hawkins. Did I just make a mistake because they're not picking anybody that was in the... We're going to simulate to our pick for the round 2 and see what we can get in round 2. All right, in round 2, let's see who's left. So he was projected to go 17th, and he was projected to go 19, 24, 27. Again, some more guards, though. Do we need really another guard? I mean, this guy's got a 6'10 wingspan, 6'11. This guy's got a 7'2 wingspan. He's 6'8". He scored. You know what? We'll draft this guy 2nd round. It can't be that bad. All right, let's go ahead and sim. Let's go ahead and sign both our rookies because he's rated a 75 for round 2. Yeah, I'm going to take that. And he's an 80. Yes. Oh, that was a big hit, everybody. I can't believe it. Lawrence Duncan fell all the way down. Wow, Lawrence Duncan fell all the way down to the 5th pick, and he was Oh my God. Can we go actually to the NBA draft? So let's see who was drafted before him. All 78s and 76s. So yeah, we definitely got the best player in the draft. That's amazing. So I wonder, is there going to be reason why he fell all the way down? We're going to check him out after we do all of this. But let's go to our team and player options here. So we got Jordan Poole. We're going to take Jalen McDaniels. We're going to definitely re-sign Isaiah Roby. We're definitely going to re-sign Romeo Langford, Jared Culver, Garza, and maybe not Armani, because we do have the two rookies. And maybe we won't do Austin Reeves. Should we? We'll leave it like that for now. We'll accept all of them. Let's see our qualifying offers. We have none. All right, now we're not going to sign any free agents because nobody's going to come to an expansion team right away. So, I mean, maybe someone like Miles Bridges would come, maybe a TJ Warren, maybe a Montrezl Harrell, but we have enough players, so we're not going to actually sign any free agents. Oh, actually, we got a cap hold on some players. So, Brandon Boston Jr., we're going to actually have to re-sign. Robert Woodward, we're going to have to re-sign. And Reggie Bullock, if we want Reggie Bullock. Duncan Robinson, we can keep him or we can renounce his rights. Do we renounce his rights and get off his contract, or do we cap hold him and re-sign him and trade him? Well, anyways, we have to re-sign Talen Horton-Tucker. Do we want to re-sign him now? Like, that's the thing. All right, well, we're going to have to see what these players want. So let's go see what our players are going to want to come back. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and put contracts to everybody in our free agency, and I will be right back right afterwards, and I'll update you guys on what's going on. All right, so unfortunately, for some odd reason, our guys were not showing up. So for some odd reason, yeah, our guys were not showing up in the free agency. I did go for a Marvin Bagley, just because I felt that Marvin Bagley is a realistic target for a team like an expansion team. And the reasoning why I say he's a realistic target for us is because he is a player that, one, does not want to be in Sacramento anymore, and a player that Sacramento was ready to give up on as of this season. So I think he was a more realistic way to go. The only thing is now we have a decision to make. So the decision we actually have to make right now is if we want to sign Marvin Bagley for the 3 years, or if we want to retain Talen Horton-Tucker and Duncan Robinson. Just due to the fact that we cannot sign them, we'll take either one of us over contract. Obviously, we're not going to re-sign Reggie Bullock, but we definitely need to get Robert Woodward back, Brandon Boston Jr., maybe Armani Brooks, and definitely Nicholas Alexander Walker. So we're actually going to drop those, and maybe we can sign them in the free agency for cheaper. Because like I said, he doesn't even show up yet. So we're going to actually wait to after the 3 days. Okay. So now we're done with the 3 days. And now let's see if our players that we need to re-sign are showing up. Alright, so Talen Horton-Tucker still not showing up. That's really weird. Now I wonder if is he on my team? Yeah, so he is. I have him for another year. So why were they saying he was a free agent? Right? Do I have him for another year? I don't know why I can't see the contract. That's weird. But whatever. And it's saying the same thing. Nicholas Alexander Walker has a year left. And the problem is I can't find any of them in the free agency. I mean, we got a lot of good free agents here. We could pick up like Bow Bow, Ocapella, Grant Williams. I guess we're just going to go past the free agency, see what happens. If we lose the players, we lose them. Oh, well, no big deal. I guess I'll just re-sign other players. No, so saying we retained everybody, even Duncan Robinson. So that's weird. All right. Perfect. Now we're going to go to training camp. You know, this is the one thing I do like about the computer not being next gen is I still get the training camp. We're going to auto-generate rookies again. Let's see our guy's potential. It's a B+. So we'll make that an A. Oh, wow, we had 3 points. That's not bad. So let's give our Robert Woodward... Oh, yeah, an 82. And we'll give someone else a perimeter shooting, too. Let's, try to make, I think, yep, there we go. I brought his 3-point shot up as well. All right, so saying we can't go any further, so we're going to stop simulation and review. So we're probably going to try to do something here with this roster. Once we do this roster, we're going to go ahead and go to the next season, and we're going to look at our starting lineup, and then we're probably going to call it an episode there. And the next episode, we will either probably start off with doing some basic trades or looking at what we want to trade, etc. Maybe we'll do that this episode. Who knows? This depends on how fast we can pull something off. Now, can we trade someone like Duncan Robinson? Or is he going to say, okay, so we can. So for some odd reason, the free agency thing was not working. So we're going to see here if we can trade Duncan Robinson for a player. Well, we actually want to get rid of 2 players for 1. So let's see if anybody offers us 1 player for 2 of our players. All right, so nobody really wants him. How about talent? How about Horton Tucker? I mean, we can get rid of just a player for draft picks. And you know what? That's why we might... Did I see that Duncan Robinson, that someone offered me just draft picks for Duncan Robinson? If someone did, I think I'm going to have to take that. Just to get Duncan Robinson and his contract off of our books. All right, so nobody just offered me anything for him straight up. Let's see how about Alex. I really like Alexander Walker, though. I think he would be a good part of this team. Horton Tucker, I think, is the one that we need to get rid of. And the only reason why I'm thinking we get rid of Horton Tucker is because Horton Tucker is 21 and he's only 6'4". Yes, he has a nice wingspan, but at his position, I can put Alexander Walker if I really wanted to. I can bring in Duncan Robinson. I can. Oh well, even Lawrence looks like he can only play the point guard. Well, we can also put Donovan Soto, the other rookie that we drafted. I mean, this guy's stats is not bad. We got him in the second round. Like, look at this. Like, that is not bad. So, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's get rid of Horton Tucker. And I think we're just going to take two draft picks for him. So, the first Spurs 2024 first round draft pick, top 10 protected, and their 25 unprotected. New Jersey wants to give us one player for two players, and their 23 protected. It's not a bad trade, PJ Washington. So yeah, I think we're going to go to the San Antonio Spurs, and I think we're going to take their trade. Boom. There we go. Now we brought our roster to 15-man roster like we want to. And now we're going to start this next season. And we're going to go to our roster. And we are going to look at our roster as a gameplay point of view. See what Silas wants to run. Also, let's see what his system proficiency is. Okay, so his preferred is 7 seconds, and we have him playing the pace and space right now. So let's see what's best for our roster. So actually, not a lot of players fit this one very well. Okay, we got a few players that fit this one good. How about 7 seconds? Okay, so 7 seconds looks like Marvin Bagley can play. Boston Jr. can play. Our rookie can play. Austin Reeves can play it. So actually, it might make sense to go to 7 seconds, what he actually can do. And that brought up our proficiency a little bit. That's good. That's really good. Isaiah Roby is our weak point in this system. Now, is our other center better, though? Luka Garza. No, Luka Garza does terrible in the system. Isaiah Roby is the better choice. All right, so now let's see. I apologize for all of that. Sometimes I get confused what to do. All right, so we have Lawrence starting. Jordan Poole starting. Romeo Langford, Marvin Bagley, Isaiah Roby, and then coming off the bench we will have Alexander Walker, Duncan Robinson, McDaniels, Soto, and Reeves. No, I think I want Woodward and Brandon. Because looking at system proficiency, we're not going to want Reggie Bullock. And you're really not going to want to play Luka that much. And you're going to want to play Soto and Woodward. And Brandon Boston Jr. So this is what I'm thinking. We're not going to be... Duncan Robinson does fit the system really good. But Reeves... Did Reeves fit the system good too? I think he did. Wow, that's the problem. I really want Boston Jr. and Woodward definitely getting some minutes. I think we're going to have to trade Duncan Robinson. All right, guys, we're going to call it an episode there. Join me on the next episode where we're going to possibly make some trades and we're probably going to do some of our jersey design. So I'm going to be dropping that video soon after this one drops, so look out for that one. Hit that like button for me so I know you guys like what I'm doing. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any ideas of players I should try to trade for or who I should keep on this team. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you stay up to date when we drop new content. Till next time, everyone, peace out.